Happy Saturday, Connect family, and welcome to another episode of the Connect Network TV, right here on the CW. I'm your host, Sandy Glenn, along with my co-host, Stitches. How you doing?
Hey, girl. Hey.
So today we're getting into a topic that's hitting everybody, the economy. Whether you're a CEO, a single mom, or a college grad, just getting started. The reality is money feels tight right now, but today's episode is all about shifting from fear to financial freedom.
I love it. So listen, this economy is stretching us for the most part. We could say it's stretching us pretty thin. So between gas prices, doing the electric slide, and food prices that make you want to fast for spiritual and financial reasons, I know we're all trying to figure it out. How to make our money work smarter. So let's do this. According to the U.S., I don't know if you know this, Sandy, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, check this out. The average cost of groceries has increased by 25% since 2020. And the average household credit card debt hit over, get this, $7,800 in 2024. So that's the highest it's been in over a decade. Sandy, you've been in business a long time. What's one old school, I guess, money habit you stuck with that's really helped you stay grounded during this time, during this economy?
Well, I don't know if this is like a habit or like a little maybe like trick that I like to play with myself. I am, and my husband can attest to this, when something is on my mind, I like to buy it like right then and there. Okay. However, for maybe like larger purchases or even things that I don't need, like things that I think I need, like another eyeliner or another, I don't know, something for the business, right? Like I try and do just like hit the pause button and just wait 24 hours and see if I really do actually want that thing, or if it's just something that I'm trying to order out of habit because it's on my mind. I need to order it and I'm just ordering because I think I need something new. So I like to call it, the 24-hour pause, wait, take a breath, and then decide, if I want to actually buy that thing, that purchase. And it's just having that delayed gratification, because most of the things that I feel like I end up ordering, minus the groceries, they're things that I already need, or I already have, I should say, that I don't need. And it's just my impulse buying and purchasing that kind of gets me in trouble more times than not. So I like to hold off and pause and give myself just like a 24-hour window of, do I need this? Put it in the cart. And most times, Stitch, I go back, I look at my cart and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that was in there. I actually don't need it anyway.
See, so your trick is wait 24 hours. I love it. And here's the good news. Thank you for sharing that, Sandy. Here's the good news. Boss women are resilient. This is true. We're getting creative, cutting costs in smart ways, really bartering, switching to high yield saving accounts, and talking. I want to say this, really talking about advantages. We're taking advantage of cashback apps, and we're not afraid to talk about it anymore. And that's what I love. These conversations are happening out loud now. Just yesterday, Sandy, true story, I was telling one of my sisters, I'm like, honey, I'm about to really tap into these coupons. I'm a late bloomer on these coupon things, okay?
Extreme couponing.
And let's talk money tip. Set up auto transfers. This is good, even if it's just $25 a week to your emergency savings account. Small, consistent moves will build momentum. So when the economy starts shifting like this, what's the very first thing, Sandy, would you recommend for women looking at their budget or trying to adjust their budget?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the obvious thing would be like, what are the big expenses? So look at those things first. And I try to also be really clear about what I'm spending month to month. So if you're not looking at where you're spending, a lot of times, like maybe a few years ago, I would just do my expenses quarterly, where I would go through and I would look at them. But now I do them every single month, because there'll be expenses that come out and I'm like, what's that? Where is this coming from? Where is this going? Why is this going out? So just having a better handle on exactly every single line item that's coming out. And then I think another thing too is like, if you have a team, this is a great tip for teams. Are there people on your team that can you can have them maybe pick up some more work? And I know a lot of my team members, because of that massive shift with AI, they had to actually skill up even more because they were afraid that their jobs were going to go away. So instead of just staying, with the same skill sets, they got really good at adapting with the changing times. So I would say that number one, if you have a team, see if team members can support you in ways that might be new, that might add value to your business. And then the other thing would be is if you don't have a team, if you're a solopreneur and you're trying to, do things on your own, look at the things that are costing you money versus bringing you in money. And then that's a good way to look at what you can kind of give up versus what you should keep.
That's good. And even aside from that, we talked about this before, whether entrepreneur or just daily living, like you said, going back on those subscriptions that you have, are they really necessary? Do you have subscriptions that you can kind of get rid of, or they're just billing up that you don't even really use, but they've just been there for so long? So just really paying attention to those things. That's good, Sandy.
Yes. Well, it's not just about saving. It's about how we save. From grocery budgeting apps to cashback tools and no spend weekends, there are so many creative ways to hold on to your coins. Using cash envelope budgeting has been shown to help reduce overspending by up to 24% compared to card-only spending. And this is backed by the US Bank study. And I don't know about you, Stitch, but I know if I've got cash on me, I'm more prone to not spend it than if I'm just using my card.
This is true. This is very, very true.
Yeah.
And I hear that a lot, but abundance starts in the mindset, right? We're not just talking about saving money. You're buying peace of mind. And joy comes from knowing you've got options. You've got options. So start small, maybe cut out a dinner going out per week, cut that out and transfer that $50 to savings. That's $2,600. That's $2,600 a year. So, small.
Well, I would also challenge our viewers that yes, savings is, this is the topic of conversation, but I would also challenge them to start to see where you can add value in your businesses or maybe just within your communities, because a lot of times I see within my business alone, finding that blank space that people are willing to pay a premium for, or they're willing to pay more money for, you start to get creative and you can find new ways and new avenues to make more money than just trying to save money, right? So I would even challenge our viewers to get really creative and see how you can start adding more value to make more money, not just, or maybe you do both, but But both could be a good option. But I think this is also a really creative way to find that blank space to be able to create more opportunity.
As you save, you can build, and it just kind of works hand in hand. I love it.
Yes. So one thing I love is the rise of the spending fast. So what this is that women are taking 30 days to pause unnecessary purchases. No online shopping, no eating out, no impulse buys. Some are saving $500 to $1,000 in just a month. That is so powerful. Again, I know I am someone who is guilty of those impulse purchases. I actually I put this in a couple of my YouTube videos since the beginning or even of the end of last year. I said what I was going to do was anything that I already had, a moisturizer, a piece of makeup, it could be anything from the home to business. I had to use up the thing that I had before I bought a new one. So that has also been really good for me because I'm spending less on things I already have, but I'm also using the things that I really already have in my closet or my pantries or around the house that I don't even realize I have. So I think that this is we need to tap into that and go back to that as well. And Stitch, I want to ask you, what's one financial habit that women need to let go of right now if they want to start seeing more money at the end of the month? What do you think?
I think it depends on who you are and knowing what like you said, what your impulses are. Some people, for those who are materialistic, some people, if you're into shoes and purses and things, anytime you see a sale, like you said, you have to get it, just looking at it, pausing and thinking, do I really need it? For me, I think it's because I move so quickly. I understand now that I have to prepare like prior with food.
Yeah.
Meal prep, that helps me. Something as simple as meal prepping helps me so much from the morning to the evening. I'm out. So the night before or the week, that week, I need to prep for that week, and that saves me so much. So I think that's one thing, knowing what your, I don't want to say kill point is, but knowing what your
weaknesses are. And to this point, Stitch, I actually have a free download for our listeners. If they go find me over on Instagram, just at Sandy Glantz on IG, I have a free downloadable planner that what they can do, it's every day of the week. Monday through Sunday, they can list out the meals that they're having. And on the other side is the groceries that go with it. So you can go grocery shopping once a week. All of your meals and everything that you need is on there. And the women that have been using this, they're like, it saves me so much time. It saves me so much money. So that's a little gift that I have for our listeners.
You better plug it, girl.
Snag that.
Girl. Where do they go? Plug it, girl. Plug it.
Yes. Just head over to my Instagram at Sandy Glantz. DM me the word planner and I'll send it right over to you.
You better plug it. Take advantage, family. Take advantage. I love it. So coming up, we're jumping into the powerful tools for building wealth, stocks versus real estate. What's worth your money, honestly, and how can you get started even if you're on a budget? Don't go anywhere, Connect fam. We'll be right back.
In today's content-driven world, podcasts are no longer just a trendy platform. They're a necessity for anyone looking to build influence, grow a brand, or create meaningful connections. Did you know 78% of podcast listeners don't skip ads? Or that podcasting has helped influencers grow their audience by over 25% in just 1 year? Podcasts allow you to speak directly to your audience, creating a bond that's personal, authentic, and powerful. They provide a platform to elevate your message and build a community around your voice. At the Connect Network TV, we bring your vision to life. With our expertise in storytelling and sound engineering, we make it easy to create a podcast that resonates deeply with your audience. From start to finish, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Our process is designed for results. Podcasts help you grow your audience, amplify your brand, and create a meaningful impact. Whether you're an entrepreneur, influencer, or creative, the world is ready to hear your voice. With the Connect Network TV, you're not just starting a podcast. You're building a legacy.
I'm Jessica Cherry, founder of the award-winning blog Life of a Cherry Wife. If you're looking to follow for mom and lifestyle content, fashion, Latina life, and good vibes, this is the place for you. Head over to www.lifeofacherrywife.com for the latest in these areas. Follow me on social at Life of a Cherry Wife.
Stop repeating yourself. If you're explaining your services over and over or hopping on calls without an explainer video, you're missing out. Explainer videos save you time and make you money. These videos help you communicate your message clearly and concisely. We simplify complex ideas and make your message memorable with stunning visuals, clear narration, and captivating animations. Explainer videos don't just inform, they engage, excite, and inspire action, boosting brand awareness and driving conversions. Why keep explaining when a video can do the work for you? Get started today at theconnectonline.com/services and let's create an explainer video that transforms your business.
Welcome back to the Connect Show, Connect fam, and we're excited about this. So far, we've been talking about how to really stretch a dollar, but now it's time to flip that dollar and make it grow, make it grow, make it grow. That's right. We're diving into investing. It might sound intimidating, but it's not. It's not just for Wall Street. It's for every woman who's ready to step into wealth. Sandy?
That's right. And let's be real. This is where the generational change happens.
Yeah.
Our mothers may have saved money in envelopes or under mattresses, but we have access to index funds, real estate platforms, and tech that makes investing simpler than ever. And if we want different results, we've got to take different action. So women who invest consistently, even small amounts, earn nearly 1% higher returns than men on average, according to Fidelity. But only 33% of women consider themselves investors. So let's start with the stock market. It's fast-paced, it's digital, and it's flexible. The best part is you can start with small change. I'm talking $10, $25 a month. You don't need thousands, you need consistency. So what's a myth women believe about stocks that you think is holding them back from getting started?
I think one great myth that I've been hearing and seeing in conversations, it's like exactly what we said. You have to be Wall Street savvy, or you have to have this big knowledge or know all the things about stocks and trading before you can even get started. I think that's a huge myth.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before, but education, like getting in the rooms, having the conversations, because we don't know what we don't know, but the power is in the education.
Exactly. Yeah. And don't let the number of zeros in your bank account really scare you away from investing. You can start with small, manageable amounts. And let's be real, everyone talks about the stock market like it's a huge mystery. But I think women just really need to realize we can break through that barrier. It's time to put our money where our mouths are. So key stat, let's talk about this. The average annual return on stocks is around 7 to 8%. So stocks, flexibility, and digital access, perfect for beginners. Small steps like $50 a month can really make a big difference in a long-term wealth. So don't be intimidated, start small and learn as you go. But if you can start big, go big.
So that's where we get into real estate. And real estate isn't just for big investors. It's a great way to build long-term wealth. And it's an asset you can touch and feel. Both my husband and I and our kids, we are all investors in real estate. So for all the women out there thinking, I can't afford a house or investment property, let me ask you this. How could you start small? Do you have any advice for someone, Stitch, who might feel overwhelmed by the upfront cost of real estate?
I do. And one thing that I do regret, because my mom and my sister have been on this for a while, and for years they were trying to get, this was even when I was in coming out of college, they were really egging me to invest. And I was the person that I'm talking about that didn't feel like I had all the knowledge. And I'm so glad, even at that time, my mom didn't listen to me. She just kind of invested for me. So she was able to purchase some things for her children. But one thing that I would say, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid about what you don't know. Like we said earlier, it's just try to learn step by step. And sometimes it may feel overwhelming. Like you said, start small, because they're and research.
And you'll figure it out as you go too.
Exactly.
So it's not like you need to know everything from the beginning. You'll learn as you grow.
For sure. I do want to mention this, even land and lots. Learning about lots where you can start small and invest. If you know people that you trust, that you can actually come together and purchase things, collect, again, with people that you trust and that you know that are good with money, that you can come together, and there's nothing wrong with collective buying. So just considering that, and don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. Real estate isn't just about the price tag. It's about the opportunity to create wealth. You don't need a mansion to get started. Maybe it's about buying a duplex and renting out one side, or partnering with someone who has capital. You bring the knowledge or the expertise. It's about leveraging your resources.
So don't go anywhere, Connect fam. After the commercial break, we're going to talk about something that's not often discussed: money mindset. How do we shift from a scarcity mindset to one that attracts abundance? I love this topic. And how can you stop sabotaging your own financial success? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In today's digital age, podcasts have emerged as one of the most powerful tools for connection, education, and influence. With over 464 million listeners worldwide, podcasts are redefining how we engage with content, offering a space for deep storytelling, meaningful conversations, and authentic connections. Podcasts are unique. They're not just a medium, they're a movement. A podcast can educate, inspire, and empower audiences, making them one of the most impactful ways to amplify your voice in a crowded digital landscape. But what makes a podcast truly stand out? It's more than just hitting the record button. It's about creating stories that resonate, ensuring professional sound quality, and delivering content that keeps listeners coming back week after week. At the Connect Network TV, our team of passionate creatives, backed by cutting-edge technology, helps bring your podcast vision to life. Whether you're a brand looking to amplify your message or an individual with a story to share, we ensure your voice captivates your audience and leaves a lasting impression. Our mission is to help you connect with your audience on a deeper level, inspire them with your stories, and build a loyal community around your podcast. In this ever-evolving digital world, don't let your voice go unheard. Let's create a podcast that inspires, influences, and connects.
In today's digital world, your social media presence is crucial. But it's not just about posting randomly. It's about creating content that connects, engages, and drives results. That's where we come in. We handle everything from content creation to distribution, helping you grow your community, boost brand awareness, and drive conversions. Our team creates compelling content from eye-catching visuals to engaging copy, all designed to make your brand stand out. We ensure every post sparks conversation and tells your unique story. We also manage distribution, ensuring your content reaches the right audience at the right time on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and LinkedIn. With our team handling everything, you can focus on running your business while we drive your social media success. Ready to elevate your social media strategy? Get started today at theconnectonline.com/service.
Beautiful people, it's Major Mr. This is why I love you. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back, Connect family. Let's get to the heart of it, mindset. You can have all the knowledge, all the strategies, but if you're carrying financial baggage or limiting beliefs, you won't get far. So what's the first step to shifting your money mindset and getting out of a scarcity mentality? Stitch?
I think one step is fear. I think that's the biggest thing, fear. And like I said, as I'm talking to you, I was that person back then, and just really having a hone on where your money is going. But what's that saying? Where the money reside? If it's not residing in your bank account or things coming in, you got to know what's coming in and what's coming out. What do you say?
Yeah. I mean, I think when you talk about shifting your money mindset, you have to think about like, what do you actually want? Because at the end of the day, we can talk about real estate. We can talk about the stock market. You can talk about all these options, but if you're not in a place to actually take action, nothing's going to happen. So I think that the first decision you have to make is, are you willing to give yourself this opportunity? And are you willing to get yourself uncomfortable? Because in my experience, whether it's in business or with my kids or in investing, like there is a bit of uncomfortability that happens in the beginning, and you have to be willing to lean into that fear so you can figure it out and figure it out also in the process. So I think that the mindset shift starts to happen when you make the decision that you actually want it.
Nice. And I will add really quick to that. There's a scripture, Habakkuk, that says, write it down, make it plain. And knowing, I don't know if you touched on this before, but writing it down, making it plain. And what is the goal? Where are you trying? What are you trying to reach? And being honest, if it's something big, write it down. If it's something medium, like no one can really, what's the word? Embarrass you in what your goal is. It's your goal.
Mm-hmm.
So write it down. How my teachers say, write it down. Okay? Also, I think it really starts with forgiving yourself. A lot of us carry guilt from the past about not managing our money better or feeling like we should have been smarter, i.e. me and my mom and my sister. Guilt doesn't help you move forward. So once you let go of that, you can start to really move forward more and empowered actions.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't believe you deserve financial freedom, you're always going to be stuck and you're always going to self-sabotage your future success. So the moment that you say that you're worthy, you deserve it, it's meant for you, you're going to start finding those opportunities and seeing those opportunities where you didn't before. It's actually called, I believe it's called the reticular activating system, where it's like when you say you're going to see the red car and now you see a million red cars, when you're like, I'm worthy, I'm going to attract wealth into my life, like it starts to happen. You start attracting.
I love it. Speak life and not death. So money blocks often come from rooted beliefs, but shifting your mindset is really the first step, like we talked about, towards financial freedom. So forgiveness is the key, releasing past financial mistakes. It happened, we move forward. And we try not to make the same mistakes again. The first step toward financial freedom is believing in yourself. Money mindset is everything. Shift from scarcity to abundance.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what an amazing conversation today. It was so powerful and a mindset shift. So from saving smart to investing wisely in both stocks or real estate, maybe a little bit of both. We covered a lot, but the key takeaway is it's not just about how much you make, but how much you keep yourself and keep growing and learning and evolving.
And we want to hear from you, Connect fam, at the Connect Network TV. Tell us and share with us what are some habits that you've tapped into that have really helped you grow, or maybe some things that you're doing now that shifted your money mindset. Share with us. And what's the next step? Connect with us. Again, go to Instagram, like I said, and share more at the Connect Network TV. We want to hear from you. Remember, you can catch past episodes by binge watching it Netflix style on our website. Head over right now, theconnectnetworktv.com. In the meantime, keep up with your girl Stitches, me at STICHIZ Stitches on IG and other various iHeartRadio stations. And if you're in Canada, you might hear a familiar voice. What about you, Sandy?
Yeah, so you can find me at Sandy Glant, SandiGlandt, or at Slay Your Day Official. So thank you so much for tuning in with us every Saturday right here on the CW. Be safe and make sure that you tell somebody you love them today. Stitch.
You know what? It's been here all day. God bless. Stay beautiful. Love you for free.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.